Hi, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota Redding, California. Behind me is our very last Land Cruiser that we're going to get. Behind me is a 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser Heritage Edition. I'll be right back. As of the end of this year, this is going to be the last Land Cruisers that are built, still building these in Japan. Unlike some of the other markets, like Australia gets a more rugged, couple rugged versions, like a 70s and 80 series, 90 series, I believe. There's a truck version of this truck. They have different engines, and this one has the same engine and power plant that it's had for years on end. It's a 5.7 liter V8, making close about 400 horsepower. Also, it's on an 8-speed transmission. Coming to the front, we do have our new Toyota Safety Sense in here, and you have the adaptive and radar pacing cruise control and smart stop. And then we have lights I can't demonstrate here because I have to keep it in the building, but it does LED lights with LED accents, LED fog lights on here. We do have the bird's eye camera system on here. Coming up to the top here, we have our camera system and our radar system up there for the lane departure, lane trace, and adaptive cruise control and lane pedestrian detection. Up on top, part of being the Heritage Edition, we're getting a Yakima basket rack up there. It also does have a moonroof and sunroof available to this model. The vehicle is equipped with parking sonar in front and back. And here's something that's different about this vehicle is these bronze. And again, this is that TRD inspired wheel, but I think it looks really cool. They have these bronze wheels. And I do believe this is sitting up higher. This has been lifted a little bit. It's a little bit taller than I would say than the standard Land Cruisers. We have our power folding mirrors and turn signal indicators on here. We're going to have proximity key, pretty cool looking key for this one here. We have a Land Cruiser on the back there in the fob here, and if I come up to the door, you can lock the door. I'm not going to do it because I think it'll set the alarm off here without the windows being rolled up. And then coming to the back end of the vehicle, here's the one vehicle that I know of that Toyota puts the fill door on the passenger side. With all the other Toyotas, we have our fill door on the driver's side. And I think this is super cool. You're getting that old school badging on here that you would see on an old school Land Cruiser, like a 40 series, exactly like that comes. That's something I think is really super neat. Wind vortex generators again on here to diffuse the air, give this a little bit better feel, kind of a little bit better handling. They clean up the back here with the a cover over your tow hitch here. This can tow something around 7,000 pounds. And this has also a different type of lift gate. It does have power lift gate, but not the whole thing, like other umbrella lift gates. So kind of the top 2/3 opens up here. And then you have this bottom one that folds down. And it's on a strut assist here. Gives you kind of a platform here for camping and other things. This one does not have your third row. The other Land Cruisers would be a third row addition. In here we'll have 3 rows, and they kind of fold up, come into the side here. And then here we do have our all-weather cargo liner here and all-weather floor mats. Not sure what everything else of this is here. It looks like we got tow ball and hitch in here, and more, I guess, plug accessories here for towing stuff. It looks like. Typically, these 200 series Land Cruisers would come with rear seat entertainment. Man, this is a more rugged version of the vehicle. We do not have the LED, LCD TVs and the headrests that would normally come in here. We do have air controls down below here, heated seats, for the rear passengers, and I believe we have LED lighting here. Yes, we do. We have LED lights in here. We'll have a armrest here for your rear passengers, and this will give you storage and other stuff in here. Coming to the back, I got plenty of leg room, being 6'2". Still have a good 2 or 3 inches of leg room. In this vehicle, I sit pretty high up, so the roof up here is lifted up here to give me more access. I got about an inch or inch and a half here, and then give you a little better look at the front of the vehicle from the front seat perspective. Over here to the driver's door, we have 3 driver memory sets. Stuff we're going to see in every one of these newer vehicles: power windows, power mirrors, power locks. And then we have a couple extra buttons here. We got our parking sonar. This is our auto dimming high beam with our radar cruise control. And then we have our power folding mirrors, and this is where our mirror stuff is here. This has got power telescopic steering on here. We have a 10-way power seat with power lumbar support in here. And this is something that's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but this lights up in blue. It says Land Cruiser. That's a pretty neat little function there. Passenger side also gets the same 10-way power seat and functionality as the driver's seat does. Got some nice soft touch materials and some faux wood that looks real good with a nickel polish finish. And then it runs into the dash here with a soft touch. And then you have our 9 or 10, I think it's a 10-inch multimedia screen that they have on here. And then some of the other cool stuff here, we have all our crawl control modes down here, just like the TRD Off-Road and TRD Pro 4Runner and Tacomas. It says down below in here. And then we have climate controls in here. Radio control, still some real big silver knobs. That's something Toyota likes to do. Should be cup holders in here. And this is something that's not the same in this one here. This is looks like this storage in this one, and the other 200 series, this is a actual refrigerator. So this one is not a refrigerator in this model here. MSRP on this vehicle is $89,635. And not very good on fuel economy here. It's got 14 miles combined, 13 city, 17 highway, and there's only the special color is the only extra option on this one here, because it's a Land Cruiser. It gets everything for this particular trim package. And again, it makes 381 horsepower, 401 foot-pounds, sitting on an 8-speed transmission, 4-wheel drive, of course. So over here in front of the steering wheel, we have old with the new. So we have traditional analog gauges for temperature, fuel, speedometer, tachometer, and then in the middle where it says accessories, which I can't show right now because I'm in the showroom, so I can't start it up. But it has the driver's information center. It gives you a variety of different interactive information things that you have for this vehicle, like Toyota safety senses involved in that. Coming over here to the multimedia screen, I guess, yeah, looks like about a 10-inch monitor here. We have built-in navigation. That is a little dated here, I gotta say. There's a lot of Toyotas that have much better than that. But it's going to give you all the stuff here. We have JBL synthesis for the stereo, and then hard buttons, which I like. Is something that they tend to do for the trucks and things like that. It looks like we may have the charging pad for the cell phone in here. Looks like that's what that is there for that door. Qi wireless, and then it looks like we have our heated steering wheel controls, and then we have ventilated and heated front seats here. Our primary port for our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then we have our center different locker here, ECT power. To explain that, it's like basically makes the shifting at higher RPMs, sort of like a tow haul mode is really what that is. Traction control off is on here, and then we have our multi-terrain selector and crawl controls. But basically, crawl control is basically cruise control for off-roading. Makes a person who is an average off-roader, a little better off-roader. Coming up to the top here, we have our auto-dimming rear view mirror with our home links for our garage door memory sets are down below. And then we have reading lights and dome lights are all on here. And our control for our moonroof and sunroof are on here. It's where our pickup mics are for our Bluetoothing. And then you have this SOS button. This has been in this vehicle for a long time. It's kind of new with a lot of the Toyota vehicles. Some of them have only been a couple of years now. But they've been doing SOS and Land Cruiser for several years. It started out with Lexus, and I think it goes all the way back to like 2009. It's similar to what OnStar is, so it gives you emergency service. So if you're ever in an accident where airbags deploy, it will alert the call center, and they'll be reaching out to you, see if you need help. They'll know how fast you're going, your GPS coordinates. If you're in an emergency, you could call them. It also does trial services like remote start, rolls up your windows, checks your fuel level. A lockout can unlock the vehicle, getting roadside assistance, getting tech support and directions are all part of the SOS system here. And I'm Mike Hamilton over here at Lithia Toyota Redding. Sad to see it go. Hopefully it's going to return in a more rugged version of the vehicle, but this is the last year of the Land Cruiser. It's the last gasp of breath here with this vehicle. Now this is not the only trim. Again, you have the standard ones that are the more luxurious editions of this vehicle. But after this year, it goes away. Rumors are that it's going to return again in some sort of a more rugged version, hopefully like something like they get in Australia, something that's not as expensive and something that's a lot more off-road capable and something that you'd want to take off-road, because paying about 90 grand for this would be kind of something I wouldn't want to go off-roading with. It's too dang nice. But for the person looking for something that's pretty cool, this is it. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.